moving someone across continents.
What I think is crazy though is if you think about, imagine someone had told you, yeah, there's going to be a top 30 Argentinian team. Not that they are right now, I don't think, but they kind of trying to head in that direction. Currently ranked 36th. If you imagine someone told you there's going to be a top 30 Argentinian team and Mayan is not going to be on that team, like no one would believe you, right?
It is actually wild, right? And it makes you kind of beg the question about sort of what is happening there. But we are live. We're on the way. It is Bestia starting on that T side. And Tropa the Taco starting on the CT side. It was a wild game. We had a 6-0 start and then a 6-0 response to make it an even half. I doubt that'll happen again, but you never know.
Well, let's see exactly what Mirage has in store for us. It's a very passive setup towards this B-bomb side. Taco just watching from range. We know how well how familiar he is with this B-bomb side. He spent many an hour, many a round playing on the side of Mirage. And at least we'll get a kill to keep the numbers level, but it's going to be a tough retake in towards this B side right now for the CT side. Fares, though, does force the issue, and he catches a kill, and he's able to keep himself alive as well.
Might be a chance here on this retake. They got the numbers to work with. Now they don't have the numbers to work with. Thomason looking for more, and he will get the leader, but now he's going to respond well. So still a 2 versus 2, and it's brewing here, but Noxy going to make sure that the debate starts to settle in favor of Bestia. Time ticking. Ponta does have a kit, so might still have a chance here. He's got to try and isolate the fights, though, and it's never that easy. He's trying to swing in for them, and he'll lose his head. Noxy sees it off with 2 kills to his name and a bit of a sigh of relief as Bestia start well.
Yeah, I mean, everything really going according to plan there for Bestia. I like that they don't really go into a shell in the post plant as well. Thomason continues to force the fights even as the bomb's ticking away, not giving, not rolling out the red carpet for Tropa to Taco to actually kickstart that retake. Constantly just interrupting them and making sure they chip away, finding the important trades as well. And that means that they're going to open up their account first here. I actually think Bestia have won no, they lost the first pistol round on Ancient, but they won the second, and they've opened up here a Mirage as well. And, well, now they're going to play the easiest round of their lives. Just USPs. Now, would you rather play against 5 USPs or 5 Glocks?
Oh, do you know what? I'd actually rather play up against the USPs, especially if I'm in this sort of a round where I've got head armor. I'd much rather play up against the USPs. I just think, like, as weird as it is to say, sometimes those Glocks on the move, especially recently, I've seen so many people who are just insane at running and gunning with Glocks, where the USP maybe not as much, but obviously Glocks are also pea shooters against armor, so, both are bad, but I feel like Glocks just annoy me of how good some people are at running and gunning with them.
I actually tend to agree with you. I think that's a pretty good comparison or thing to consider between the two of them. It's just that moving accuracy of the Glocks. However, USPs at range, when they combine like that, can still inflict some damage as well. But at this point, it's just making sure Bestia don't lose too many players in the post plant. They've already done the job of getting the bomb down, site in full control as well. Second round guaranteed. But they're going to want to keep numbers alive here and build up their economy.
Yes, Sam. Looking. See if he can keep this Galil alive. He should be okay, but Luchov is here to try and at least cause a bit of a nuisance. And, of course, he wants a bit of money for that Mac 10 too. Don't really blame him. I don't know if he'll get it. And actually, he'll lose his life for it. ESM does fall in the end. So no Galil brought over in towards the next. But in the end, a kill or two is what you'll take in a round where you don't bring anything to the table. Now, Tropa Taco come in with that full buy. And Full's going to come out. Someone might have to take a bit of a hit if they do want a full better util, but they're actually going to prioritize the firepower here, which I do like to a degree, because it is mainly AKs on the other side. They want to go toe-to-toe, and this is where, again, Tropa the Taco are going to do a lot of their best work. They want to pug, they want to fight up against you and actually rely on their individuals. Let's see how well they do.
Yeah, they're going to look to try and set the table here as well, set the tone going forward into the rest of the CT side by winning this opening gun round. As for Bestia, they're going to try and mount the pressure early on here on their opponents. Some decent mid control, pretty standard approach coming through from Bestia. One lowers, one top mid, keeping the CTs focused on that side of the map. But there are a couple players grouped up outside of apartments. The smoke separating them for the moment. Taco's just dropped his second smoke there to afford that control. But as it starts to fade, he's going to fall back. Now Bestia can start to make their move. Where are they going to go, though? That's the question.
Glass cannon for Arias too. Very risky in this spot. VSM, he's teetering there, but actually very good understanding of what potentially was brewing. And there might be more. They're trying to jump out in towards B, and they're just getting mowed down. Taco probably could have kept VSM alive there, but either way, it's not going to make a difference. One left alive, and a pretty good round all in all. Your first gun round for Tropa Taco, only losing one. You're not too upset with that.
Oh, not at all. They're on the board now, and they do it in convincing fashion as well. And you look at the finances now for Bestia, and you got to think back to those kills and the players that they lost in that anti-eco round. Going to come back to haunt them a little bit. I reckon we'll still see them invest because, well, it's not like they'll be able to afford a full buy in the next if they do save here. So they'll probably spend all their money. Another early pause being used here by Bestia in line with what we saw out of them on Ancient.
Oh, well. A early tack pause. I do quite like the early tack pause in the sense of we know how effective it was for Bestia. The one thing that I would have changed, especially as we knew kind of now in hindsight, is actually just leaving at least one in towards the second half. They had no way of breaking up Tropa de Taco when they started running away with things. It was great for them to get back into the game, but just not having that contingency plan as a bit of a just in case, obviously actually came back to bite them quite severely.
There we go. As expected, Bestia do empty their pockets, and it means they can afford 2 AKs, a MAC-10, and a couple Desert Eagles as well. This is Tropa de Taco's opportunity. You win this, you level it up, then you play against an eco, and the lead is ripe for the taking. If they can make it happen. No, not so nearly just straight up. Excuse me, it's for ice. And it just nades BSM there. Nice nade timing there towards the top middle as well. Tropa de Taco clearly keen to contest control here and towards mid, and it's actually only one player out in the open. Because of those chain smokes in towards snipers means that the player kind of gets left to his own devices there, does max, but at least there's a trade kill that comes through.
Ponta. It's an angle that was kind of only really used into a CS2, but I really do like it. It's an off angle that can leave you very exposed in towards anybody pushing out. What a shot, by the way. It sort of felt like he was going to get panked there, but instead, him behind him, so the AWP doing well. Still, a 2 versus 3. This is really uncomfortable. Taco can't get through Murder Hole there, so he has to reposition. You probably have to go towards CT or just full save, which is actually looking like what they're going to vie for. It's rare to see this, but they're going to kind of fully commit and give up on the round.
It's actually such an important round for Bestia to win as well because of what the consequences would have been had they lost it. Yeah. So, yeah, good work coming through from them. Just numbers in towards mid. Smoking off snipers means they're able to isolate that connector player who was actually probably in no man's land there, to be fair. I don't think it was a great idea for Max to just be out of the open in mid without anybody able to support him. Because even if you do get one kill from that position, you're always going to get traded out. And a 1-for-1 trade that early on in the round is always going to favor the T side.
Okay. That's at least 2 staying alive. They didn't get close enough on the hunt there. It felt like for a moment Naz had the right idea. He was going to have a look over. But I think at the same time for Bestia, there really isn't too much of a need to risk it. I think if they're in this spot, I mean, sort of for them, they don't have like super stable long-term econ built up. So kind of what's the point, I think, is the main thing. Keep all of your guns. Keep building that econ up. And obviously, you've already got the lead. You're already sitting in a fairly decent spot. And you actually started into your T side very well. The one thing for me, if I look at how these two teams play, I actually really think it's which is a bit of a rarity on Mirage in particular, but I think it's a big requirement that Bestia get at least a lead kind of going in towards the second half. I think Tropa de Taco, from what we've seen, do their best work on T side. And I feel like if you are Bestia and you go in, even if it's like a 6-all, I do actually worry a little bit. Just because when those AKs come into play and VSM starts to cook, it's so difficult to shut them down.
I feel like, just to echo that sentiment as well, generally when you're a mix, you seem to have a better time of it on the T side because you can just keep things simple and direct, which is what we saw them do and find success with on Ancient. CT side requires intrinsic communication and a good understanding of your teammates, knowing how they like to play on bomb sites, how to play off of one another, the rotations as well. It takes a lot more depth to find that success. Either way, lots of pressure over towards A right now. Max will get a kill in Con. Upgrades his gun. He took a lot of damage in the process, and VSM's lost his life. There's still a player in CT. That's for Ice to see if he can disrupt this A bomb site take, but can't do anything about the plants, and Thomason dunks down on Max. Is that kill enough here to dissuade Tropa de Taco from going for the retake? I'm not sure that it is. For Ice is still in towards CT, and Taco's found the timing coming through the vent there. He catches Thomason completely unaware. And that will give them away into this retake here. They both have kits remaining. There's a couple flashes as well. Tropa de Taco need to try and find a way to get into this bomb site. Who's going to take contact? How do they approach this right now? There's a player in sandwich and one towards ramp. Double flashes here is going to be the name of the game, but Noxie goes undetected and he'll double down.
Great post plant there. It's just an unorthodox angle. You just so rarely see people play into a sandwich in a post plant, and you can see it just gets completely overlooked. It looks like a ramp plant every day of the week. And of course, there was a player in towards ramp, but you know, normally we're talking about like maybe like a ramp and a CT crossfire, or even like a jungle crossfire too. And as they both come up through connector, they just do not clear it effectively. So well done, actually. In all fairness, really well done from BESTIA there. It's different, but it works.
And I guess that's why it works, because it's unexpected, because it's normally such a big risk to put yourself in sandwich in a post plant like that, because you can't fall back, right? If they know you're there, you're almost always a dead man. But then, as you said, they had that ramp player as well, which was the insurance policy, and he was always able to swing after Nocta took contact. Good setup from BESTIA. Looking convincing here. They started off very slowly on Ancient. They were down 6-0. And then they lost the map 13-10. So you got to kind of wonder what the outcome would have been had they actually started off a bit better. Yeah, it's a really nice shot there from VSM. Brought down to a single point of health, but still comes away with the kill.
So yeah, it's a nice little shot from VSM. Regardless of whether his team are winning or losing, he always seems to make his impact known. Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Oh, Naz hasn't checked his corner the entire way through. 5-7 gets one. There's going to be a swing that comes through from the top of middle. And Max will find a frag as well. Okay, this is now getting interesting.
That could have been cleaner, but it wasn't. But even still, it's a numbers advantage in favor of the CT side. It's just they've got to try and do it with what is a walking wounded VSM. Finish towards A side is going to be the play.
Kind, honestly.
Players here. Yeah, this is not easy. BESTIA, they should still win this pretty much every day of the week, unless they completely overlook VSM in towards jungle.
Well, Taco's on a really big flank, and he's actually come through a lot quicker than what I'd imagine BESTIA are going to expect. And he has an AK. Sure, no armor, but if he can even just get the jump on one player, that's a 3 versus 1 all of a sudden. Nothing on offer, and it actually looks like Thomason is peering in that direction. He is, but Taco just tears his head right off, and he's going to finish the job as well. Taco, that's as clean as it gets, and that's an eco round win for Tropa to Taco.
Okie dokie. That's a good way to sort of flip the script a little bit. Just when it was feeling like it was very one-sided, there was maybe something, you know, looking in terms of BESTIA in long-term success, and Tropa to Taco going to at least show that we still have some ideas up their sleeve. Taco, great work from him. He had a really nice, you know, couple of rounds. And for a long time, we would kind of talk about something you brought up, right, where you spoke about, for a while, it was actually kind of just Taco doing a lot of the heavy lifting and VSM, and we actually seen, like, you know, Ponta struggle a little bit. Farias also not having that form. They were both in kind of the single digits, whereas, you know, VSM and Taco in around 15, and this might still be the case, but the fact that we still see Taco in, you know, B2025 still have so many impact rounds, it's super good to see.
Oh man, I'll never get over it. I'll never get tired of it. It looks like BESTIA are going to turn up the wick here and towards the speed bomb site. That HE grenade could be a chunky one. Oh no, banks off the wall in the wrong direction. That allows for the BESTIA players to get into this bomb site without having taken much damage. Thomason will fall with the MAC-10. Trade comes through straight afterwards, and at least BSM will get a kill at range here to disrupt the round, but only for a moment. BESTIA have actually navigated this very nicely, all things considered, as they get the bomb down.
I don't even know if you can give this retake a go. I mean, as much as it's a 3 versus 3 and it feels even, unless they can get a freebie of a kill here, I don't actually know what they can do. Nadal, bank round, the flash doesn't really affect Max, and Max is just going to drop down, and he will get a kill behind it to make it even better. Retake of an AWP now. I don't even think we can give this a go. To make matters worse, an AWP is going to fall. That is that. What a response from BESTIA, especially with the guns that they had to work with.
Yeah, it's the second time they've done that now on the map, and I actually love the way they play that post plant after they realize that Max is in towards apartments, because they know, I mean, I don't know if they knew it was an AWP that was in market, but they certainly did know if there was a player in market, it was only one of them. So the guy with the MAC-10 just jumps through the window, and the other guy just swings market door and knows that even if his teammate goes down in window, he's going to get the trade every day, and then it's a 2v1, and you know where that last player is coming from. Yeah. So just some good heads-up decisions being made by BESTIA in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, nice to see as well. This is a BESTIA side who, of course, for us, we're just so perplexed by what we saw in Ancient, and it could even be, in hindsight, depending on how this map goes, that we look back and just say, right, that was just a bad map, and it happens to the best of us. But I talk about bad map, and then I see things like that, and I think, no, maybe not.
Oh, could be in some trouble. Oh, man. VSM actually gets a kill before he goes down there. Luchov probably going to be a little frustrated. He couldn't get that frag sooner. It looks like he wanted to just take an extra second to make sure he lines the shot up there with the smoke, maybe just interfering with him a little bit. Either way, 3v3 dust settles for a moment. This is a huge round here for both of these teams. If Bestia wins this 6-2, no money for Tropa de Taco. 7-2, they're in complete control. If Tropa de Taco win this, though, then they'll still feel like they've kept Bestia within arm's reach. And it's not like the Argentinians have much money either. The dust will settle now for a brief moment.
Yeah, eerily quiet, isn't it? In the 3 versus 3.
Weird, eh?
Yeah. Right,
Oh, no.
That's gonna hurt.
That sucks.
That's definitely gonna hurt.
Really
Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna really hurt.
Yeah.
To make matters worse, at least the standard ruling
It's all the Brazilians.
Yeah. I remember I casted a game once where there was like something in like one city. There was like an internet outage, like a scheduled or something like that. I hope it's not the case there, but they all went at the exact same time. And the worst thing about it I was going to say is that the standard rule is when damage is done, round is live.
Yes.
So that just
and there
counts.
was so much damage done there as well. And the only reason I say it might have been an issue within Brazil is because Pank disconnected at the same time as the players on Tropa de Taco. And I guess Bestia, well, the gods looked down on them kindly with that interruption because it's not like that round was clear cut at all. What was it, 3 versus 3 in the moment there, I think. So that's, really unfortunate for Tropa de Taco.
Yeah, that was wild.
That's going to make it 6-2 now, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully we'll be able to get the players back in the server soon enough.
And, one of those things, we actually might be potentially in a pause like this for a little while as well. Sometimes these internet issues, especially when it's something as, I guess, widespread as that, I'm assuming either like the connection to an entire country going down or a specific server going down in Brazil.
Yeah.
It's never a good sign. Sometimes that can take a little moment to kind of be fixed.
Not something that, like you say, you can just reconnect to the server straight afterwards. If it's something that's widespread, then normally those issues are a bit more serious and can be difficult. But hopefully it's just something where there was like a short interruption and the router just restarted and it's going to be back up momentarily. But hey, that's just us speculating at this point. We must say, though, Bestia certainly improved coming into Mirage, looking a whole lot better here. Been able to dictate the pace of the game on the T side, and they've looked very convincing. Yeah,
exactly that. So, looks like it might be a bit of a change of servers to get things back underway. But, again, you never know. Hopefully, it only takes a brief amount of time. We can get things back in play. It's been an interesting start to this game, at the very least. And, of course, for both of these two sides, they kind of came in towards this series on that 3-match win streak. Now, of course, 4-match win streak, I guess, since that best-of-1 earlier counts as a match in itself. So, Tropa de Taco, for them, their form's been really good. The only difference, I guess, when I was looking at the head-to-head between these two sides is that the big thing is that the caliber of teams are playing. We're talking about Bestia beating teams like Legacy, solid, pretty decent teams there. Even before that, teams like Boss as well, which aren't bad. But Tropa de Taco, as they're kind of working their way through this sort of Brazilian scene, I guess now moving out into South American scene, they've got to face off against some of the kind of lesser known names to build up a bit of a repertoire first. But I think Bestia is one of their first big challenges in a while. Yeah. And it seems so far so good.
I mean, it's been a good litmus test here for this Tropa de Taco roster, and able to stand up to the challenge as well by winning on Ancients. Maybe had a glimpse here or there on Mirage, but certainly not to the same degree we saw on that previous map. But like I kind of said earlier, I reckon for them the goal here in ECL Season 49 is to reach the playoffs, place in the top 10 and give themselves a fighting chance. As for Bestia, they want to qualify for Pro League. I mean, remember, it's not like this is their start to the year playing this competition or playing this match. They've already won the Frost and Ice South America Season 1 competition where they beat out Legacy in the final. So Bestia should kind of feel like they are in some decent form at the start of the year. And that's why we can't really give them any reparations for the way that first map went down.
No, absolutely. And I think probably, arguably, one of the things that could potentially be spoken about is actually maybe for them coming in a little bit too overconfident, a little bit too comfortable, taking sort of their foot off the gas and saying, okay, they're a mix. They shouldn't be that strong. We have the protocols. We have, the understanding here. And, well, it wasn't the case. And this is where you can't really... you know, I guess underestimate these big team sides, especially when they've got individuals like your VSMs, like your attackers, who can be difference makers in such a notable fashion.
All right, well, the word on the streets is that we have to restart the server here. So hopefully not going to be too long before we're able to get underway with the action once again. I think it's kind of an undetermined amount of time that we're going to have to take before we're able to get back into this matchup. So guys, I think we're going to throw this one to a little bit of a break here. Don't go too far. When we return, we'll be jumping back into Mirage. It is a 6-2 scoreline if we're not going to be using the match medic, which I don't expect we will, based on the way the unfortunate situation transpired. So don't go too far. I expect we'll be back momentarily, and we'll continue with this affair.
god. Are we live? I think we might be live. Let's get it back underway. Apologies about the tech issue there. As you can see, all the Brazilian guys, or a lot of them, dropped out. Some sort of internet issue. But it seems like we are back underway. And credit to, everyone involved. I feel like we've opted to not count that round, despite obviously damage being done. It was a 3 versus 3. It was hard to kind of say who was going to win it out. So they've got to go for a bit of a gentleman's agreement, which I like here. Max, for him, going to get caught by Lucho. So back into a 4 versus 4 now as they're trying to make their way up in towards A. What a shot, though, from the AWP of Farias.
Yeah, Farias really likes that angle on top of the ticket booth, and he's going to be able to find an important kill. Ponta up close and personal towards Ramp, finds a frag as well. And it's looking very good here for Tropa to find a third. Of course, these prolonged breaks certainly do break up momentum, and BESTIA had quite a lot of momentum at the point of 5-2 earlier on. But yeah, we're going to have to see how they're able to come back into the action after that near 30-minute break there. Tropa not wasting any time here, as they are able to get that 8th round in their favor, get the ball rolling once again, and actually go a long way in shattering BESTIA's economy. So this is Tropa having the red carpet rolled out for them to get back into Mirage.
Yeah, absolutely as well. So maybe now a chance at which we can start kind of building in towards this game. It's been obviously a bit of, weirdly kind of broken up, of course, by that tech issue, but now we can kind of get back underway as we would want and start rolling through a couple of the punches. And yeah, like you mentioned, good chance at them starting to build up in towards this a little bit. This one should be easy, but a bomb plant here would be nice if they are able to get a Molotov nade and a smoke down. Another molly behind it too. They are throwing the whole kitchen sink at denying them getting out, and well, it's an absolute massacre towards B. That is read like a book. Taco with a 4K.
Okay, and 4 rounds on the board as a result here for his team as well. Yeah, those lengthy breaks always suck when you're kind of the team in the ascendancy, right? And you feel like you're in a really good place. Things are flowing nicely for the team as well. Good calls being made, shots being landed. And now you're kind of just ice cold going back into this game here. So let's see, how do BESTIA go about their business in this next gun round? They're actually very light on utility coming into this, and Noctis had to settle for a Mac 10 as well. This is a really good chance for Tropa to fight back. I mean, they won the previous map before this and the best of one that preceded this one. 13-10. It was a convincing win considering the way the game had gone back and forth, and it was very enjoyable to watch them go about their business. If they could round out the evening with 2 best of 1 wins against BESTIA, that would put them in a really good place early on here in Season 49. Here we go. Execute gaining some traction into this B bomb site. Mac 10 leads the charge.
Alright, I like it. Flying around Mac 10. Sort of getting overlooked here as well as Nazo wrap around that corner and get a very easy kill. Now bomb plants come through. BESTIA might have something behind this. Now you're going to bank over. We'll do a tiny bit of damage, but nothing notable. It's about this short play. Really, Ponta going to eat a dink there as well. Feels like he gets caught just maybe ever so slightly through the corner of a wall. VSM goes huge. It's all down to Lucho. 1 versus 3. This should be unwinnable. And it is. Swing and a 5 by Ponta. And the troops that are tacos will end up tying this game up.
Is that actually what it means? Tropa de Taco, the troops of Taco?
I don't know. I assume there's... I'll do it right now. Let's see. Portuguese
little Google Translate there.
to English. There we go. Portuguese to English. Tropa do Taco. Taco's troops. There we go.
There we go.
I assume
okay,
so, but it's always good to kind of get clarification. So there we go. Taco's troops.
Honestly, I was always thinking like tropical, something to do with like something tropical. Brazil can have a bit of a tropical feel to it as well. The rainforests and all the rest of the beaches, but Troops of Taco make more sense. It's kind of a cool name as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
I like that. Because it certainly speaks directly to how this team has been formed. It's not beating around the bush. Taco at the helm here has rediscovered himself as an IGL, and again it looks like BESTIA are trying to get into towards this B bomb site. Lucho coming up through middle there, catches Taco completely off guard. Rotations coming through here. It's the AWP Farias on the scene first, but it's a double flank, so it's actually going to take some time here for Tropa de Taco to get in a position to make this retake happen.
Oh, shot. Farias missing. One idea though is he tried to pop through that smoke, and he very nearly catches him on the corner of it. Molotov banking towards bench, so this is going to force him in towards that corner. That makes it a little easier, but a dink through the smoke, not going to help at all. It's starting to be dismantled, this post plant. Getting into a plant, at the very least, was nice, but winning it, impossible. Really well played, actually, from Taco's men, as they actually just do a solid job at just being quite patient there. They realize we got kids.
Yeah.
We got plenty of time here. We're not kind of worried. And we've also got much better firepower. Let's just play off the back of the trades. Simple stuff.
I actually think there was a bit of an overinvestment in that eco round here from Bestia. I mean, I guess they've got nearly full util, but the problem is they're lacking the AWP, and I feel like the AWP is an important part of the setup here. Nox has been okay with the AWP so far. I mean, he's not normally the guy who's lighting up the server with the sniper rifle. It's generally been one of my bigger criticisms for Bestia, is that Noxa feels like he might be a bit of a limiting factor in terms of his AWPing capabilities. You know, trying to juggle IGLing while AWPing as well has been something that's kind of the past now in Counter-Strike, but yeah, they're not going to have the luxury of the big green gun here in this round. Tropa Taco reinvigorated after that prolonged break. They've now won 4 rounds in a row, and it feels like those rounds have come pretty quickly as well.
Let's see. Taco, he's getting so close. That was spam. He didn't even realize he spammed in there. He didn't hear it. At least it's just been a bit of a nuisance. He fails to reload the first time. Second time, not so much. Jumping up, he might get a bit of information there, but Taco's going to be tested. He's alone towards B. This is not an easy hold. He's going to play it towards back pillar, and he will just get deleted. Wow. What a shot from Luchon.
Yeah, must have been a good one, right? Really important kill to go away and opening up this B bomb site. This retake's highly unlikely for Tropa Taco. Don't have any great positions to work with, pretty stock standard. Sure, there's util and there's kits available as well, but someone's going to have to go nuclear. And even though Ponta does get a kill to kind of set the retake in motion, he's taken a lot of damage in the process. Going to have to rely on his teammates coming through from market right now to try and give him a way to find some more impact, but he's so low, a single bullet would be enough to get the job done. Lost a teammate in market as well. The round continues to crumble here for Tropa Taco, and it looks like we're going to have back-to-back 6 all halves, and that is indeed the case. I think both teams will be quietly content with that, and we'll have to wait to see how the action unfolds in the second half.
I feel like I'm in another galaxy. Take my time in your eternity. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Feel like something new.
Welcome back. Tech break into a couple of rounds and into the pause there. You know, it's keeping this game broken up, and which also is actually kind of interesting because it keeps us on edge of actually who is really in control of the momentum. It's hard to sort of predict at the moment. 6-all again at the halfway mark. Spotted that there, Thomason gets a Molotov on a nade set down. This could do decent damage, and it will, but they're bounding in, trying to hunt him down, and he will get a fadeaway shot. Noxy, one of his own. What a shot down here by BESTIA.
Yeah, this is actually really good. BESTIA just locking down the defense on this B bomb site. Rotations come through thick and fast, and they won't even suffer a single casualty here as they win the second half pistol round. And I thought Tropa to Taco had actually done the hard part already by getting out of apartments unscathed. You know, Taco was just bouncing his way into that B bomb site, but he gets bounced out immediately afterwards, and BESTIA just, you know, shut Tropa to Taco out of the round entirely. That's a really good statement for them, and a necessary round for them to win as well. That's the first round they've won since the extended break.
Good work. Good work indeed. Like you said, yeah. This will help. Pistol round should get the force behind it as there isn't a force to work with for Tropa to Taco. Simple and effective. A 2-0, 2-round buffer, I guess, it's a small thing, but in MR13, it's such a nicety to have. It puts a lot of pressure on that first gun round, too, for the T side. They lose that. They're already at a really healthy deficit, which BESTIA are a side that are more than capable of kind of capitalizing upon. So, a crunching towards mid. And I wonder where this bomb is actually going to head. It looks like it wants to wrap back towards B. No, it's dipping back, and actually it's getting stuck a little bit.
Yeah, surely just going to be an easy cleanup here for BESTIA. No need for them to commit anything into this round. Just hold and wait for the kills to come their way, and they certainly will. Clean up with just Nocta going down. 2-round lead now as we head into this first gun round, and it's actually kind of a similar situation to what we saw play out on Ancient, right? It was 6-all as well, and then Tropa to Taco had to kind of... They lost the first pistol round and they won their force buy, and then they were able to kind of pull ahead. Let's see if they can do something similar here and put pressure on BESTIA once again. You also spoke about how you thought BESTIA needed to win that first half, and they certainly were on course to do that, but it ended 6-all, so let's see if Tropa to Taco can make it work here on their T side. What's the plan going to be? Is it similar to what we saw in Ancient with that very pack-based mentality? Kind of started to play a little bit more default-esque Counter-Strike as the half went on. It looks like that's the fashion they'll start off with here on Mirage.
This is the case. I saw Max finding Noxy. Bomb not committed just yet, but the team are leaning towards B. But I say that, and it feels like they're a little indecisive. This was the same thing towards that previous round. So it's allowed for a bit of a re-aggression. Oh, I don't think Max spotted the leg there. Max should be in trouble. He is in trouble. Upgrade to an AK. Thomas will take that all day. For the bonus round, getting an AK now out is a perfect way to upgrade the one bad gun you had to work with.
How do they get themselves a position in the round is the question. There's quite a lot of space that's been opened up or offered up towards that B bomb site here. You've got Thomason, who's on catwalk, kind of trying to deal with middle, and the attention's certainly going to be pulled in that direction with the way the kills are going back and forth right now. BSM goes for an outlandish spray transfer. Doesn't work out for him, and sure, Ponta's been able to weave his way into this B bomb site, but the problem is the bomb's been dropped in middle. Doesn't have a huge amount of time left on the clock here, but could have an element of surprise on his side. I mean, nothing immediately on offer for him as he starts to kind of sweep his way forward, clearing out the angles. Is Thomason going to be exposed here as Ponta around the corner? Oh, both players are on offer. He's not too clean on the first, but it looks like he may still have done enough. A lot of damage being done both ways right now. Thomason going back and forth, and he will come out on top.
I can't believe it. He had them lined up, and he had them dead to rights as well, and I think he just sort of slightly overthought it, just for at least a brief moment. And he was indecisive about which way I should go. Do I actually get the guy straight in front or just kind of tucked into the right? And well, it ends up being costly towards him. A lot of damage dealt, but that is a bit of a heartbreaking one too. Let's slip away. 9-6. Healthy buffer zone. And look at this buy that comes through for a drop and attacker. We're talking about one rifle, a Galil. Double Tech 9. The Eagle on a Mac 10 and a slim amount of util too.
Weathering the storm over towards the B bomb site. Both teams have kind of reverted back to this option in their eco and half-fire rounds, and both teams have just been shut down emphatically. Oh man, Naz running out of ammo, lands the dink, and actually the kill will be finished off there by Pank. And that's going to be a commanding position that BESTIA now find themselves in. And they've got their footing once again here on Mirage. Was 6-2 at one point, or 5-2, then went 6-all, and now they've been able to tear ahead on the CT side as well. And they're in a position to basically put this game away if they can win this next gun round here.
Tropa Taco. Yeah, I think you're spot on. This is make or break territory. You lose this. We're talking about them trying to fight for overtime. Not easy to do if you are 12-6 down, if this ends up being the case. So, a very, very important one for them. And BESTIA looking considerably stronger on this map than they did towards Ancient just a little bit earlier. Pank for a double to start things off. Isn't bad. VSM. You know, all he's sort of self-sustainable as he gets himself out and towards Sandwich. Naz is overlooked here in towards back triple. Hasn't been cleared and will get a shot. Well done. And he gets a second behind it too. You know, the support of Thomason.
Yeah.
It's really solid. Pank's double is what basically wins that round already. Because it just leaves TSM with way too much to do. And that's a rifle round that gets basically nothing.
Completely shell-shocked, right, as they push into the A-bomb side, 2 players down, and I think Nocta with the AWP found a quick kill there as well, and I love that Naz doesn't just immediately swing out from triple to try and finish off the job. He just bides his time, you know, he allows for his teammates to rotate across, who start to dump some utility from jungle and connector as well, and that means the T-sided players are focused a little bit more in that direction, so he can step out and effectively get both of those kills. And that means that BESTIA are 2 rounds away here from getting a couple points on the board in Season 49.
Wow. Second timeout used by the T side. Let's see where we're at now. We've got, a couple of Mac 10s, couple of Tech 9s. Fry's actually might just keep his money on Decade to have an open towards the next round, but he's actually going to join them. If they get a bomb plant, he should have enough funds for it. They don't, though. It actually could be a little weird, and you have to go towards the AK. Not that's the worst thing in the world, but obviously having somebody to kind of contest Noxy would be nice, especially for a bit of mid control. What's up, down? Is he going to set up for that Molotov into his top boxes? He doesn't need to fight here all too much and hope that his rifles can do well. And Pank gets another double to start things off. He has been so reliable, and he gets another half there as well. He'll eventually get the assist. So this was a very simple shutdown. We spoke about that bomb plant. There was never a chance.
Oh man, Tropa Taco just wheel spinning on this T side right now. I mean, I don't actually recall a single round. I guess there was that one round that came down to the 1 versus 2 there from, was it Ponta who came through from the B bomb side and then, you know, got into ladder room. Outside of that, Tropa Taco have just been completely at sea on this T side. I mean, these rounds they've been losing haven't even been contestable really. 6 in a row so far, and it means that Tropa Taco have to emulate that. They themselves have to win 6 in a row from here, not having won a single round yet to force us into overtime. That's a very tall order.
This one feels done to me. I cannot see a world in which we get back into this. Spam in towards window, Naz. Like you say, alive. Damage down towards both Max and Taka, but it's VSM for the first. Regardless of what you say, VSM has kept up his ability. All right, we're still alive. We've still got something brewing here.
Yeah, first time we're seeing a little bit of kickback here from Tropa Taco. In the second half, ESM is going to probably mouse scroll jump there by accident, but it's not going to affect the outcome of the round at all. Good to see that Tropa Taco don't go in a shell there. They stick to the game plan. Numbers just barreling out into middle and actually able to keep some good composure there, despite the fact there was a lot going on in middle. Even brave enough to fade through the smoke there was Max and Connector, which rewarded him with the kill. However, lots of money has been mustered up here by BESTIA, so no problem reinvesting in this round, and probably even enough to conjure up something in the next as well.
Okay. Get themselves afloat. 12-7. 5 in a row needed just for that overtime. Back in towards mid. One spotted in towards window as Farias will move back in towards Delpan. It's Farias for the first as well. Good work from him. Wants to fight more, but Naz will be there to rip his head clean off the shoulders. And Naz still staying alive is pretty important. He doesn't need to fight now, just get out.
I think that Farias actually just overplays his hand a little bit there with the repeat coming out. He could have just locked in that opening frag and then allowed for his teammates to just create the space for him to get out of there. Or Max in a... How's he gotten that kill with the spray? That's a little bit audacious. Probably a little bit lucky as well. Flash went way too deep. He was unimpeded being so far forward, and well, he's rewarded with the kill ultimately. Man, advantage now for Tropa the Taco as they venture in the opposite direction. Panthers have a very good position. I really like that he's taking control of Palace. Can be difficult to root him out of position. They don't have any mollies either.
Yes, right, as he starts to move his way forward, he's waiting for a swing out from jungle. This is a tough retake. We're pushing through. Honestly, getting one there is not bad for Lucio, but it won't make a difference in the round, you'd assume. Hang on. One more go down. Oh my god, and Pank nearly got VSM behind it. If he gets VSM, Max was in no man's land, so that round was on.
Yeah, absolutely, because he would have been able to just disappear somewhere completely different, and Pank wouldn't know where to try and clear out in that one versus what, the last man. Max wouldn't have known where Pank could have been at that point. Either way, 12-8. The fight back is alive right now for Tropa the Taco. They've won 2 of the 6 rounds required. 4 more left here. It's going to be another full buy at the disposal of Bestia, but no money after this. So 12-9 will become 12-10. This round's basically buy one, get one free if you're Tropa the Taco. And I know you love your meal deals.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm sure you're all about the special life.
Of course. You know me. Living it luxurious out here. Not actually for the first.
We haven't seen one on Twitter for a while, by the way.
Yeah, I did one for the first time in literally like 6 months. But, you know, I'm trying to eat healthy. Okay. You know me. I'm trying to, you know,
fair enough.
change it up. You know,
2025, yeah.
Exactly. New year, new me. No, New Year, same me. But, you know, I'm changing up a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think also I'm just trying not to be as lazy. But it's going to be lazy from it's a lazy clear, actually, from Max. He just doesn't even consider close left. So Max falls for nothing. This game is feel like it's coming to its conclusion here. 3 remaining in a 5 versus 3, and with basically no damage dealt towards Bestia. This is a hard one to win for the T side.
And look at Buchov's position. He's pushed the entire way through Palace, by the way. And the CTs have smoked Palace off. So that's only going to make that Tropa de Taco think even more that Palace could be completely clear. At least there is a kill to open up this A bomb site. Thomason could be in trouble as well, dueling with the AK. Luchov is going to kill the bomb carrier, though. Oh, Luchov has spotted them both. He's going to kill the deep player, and he swings out, and he finishes off the job. Fantastic work from Luchov. He's rewarded for that brave push through Palace in the flank around ramp.
Brilliant work in the end. I think now, Hayes, maybe kind of in conclusion after the fact, we can probably come back and look at this and just talk about actually, maybe Ancient was just a bit of a blip. Maybe it's not a map in which they've